Okay, so this interview we will have a guest host, Julianne.
Hello.
Yeah, Annie was not able to make it this interview, so yeah, we're just doing this all on short notice. And now we will be interviewing my aunt and uncle Brian and Ann. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. You want to start?
I'm Ann Kimball. I am the Selway's first grandchild, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of many. Go ahead.
So I'm Brian. I'm the youngest of 7. We have 3 children right now, with 4th on the way.
Now we're wondering, what was life like growing up as cradle Catholics in the church?
I have memories of back at we went to St. Hugh of Lincoln in Milwaukee. I have memories of having mass schedule for early in the morning, and then it would get delayed till 6 p.m. because the priest wasn't able to show up. This is back when I was probably 7, 8 years old, if I remember correctly. So that was kind of what I remember from early on. But now, over the years, I mean, it's definitely progressed quite a bit, as you both know. So we over the years, I mean, now there's three masses every single week, I believe. Is that correct? I don't go there anymore. This is at St. Hugh's. I don't go there anymore, so I don't know the latest. But that's how it was when I left. And then we started gradually getting our own Holy Week. So that was all really nice.
Well, compared to not having been a Catholic, like compared to converts, I think for me, being around the religious, what I would say would be the biggest comparison. I would say if I weren't born a Catholic, I took a lot from being around the sisters and the priests a lot. So I couldn't imagine not having that. If I didn't have that, it's hard not to take it for granted. It's kind of scary to think where I would be now if I didn't have it.
No, exactly.
So we're very grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It definitely does seem to help having that around. Like, we actually recently interviewed Sister Mary Magdalene, and she was saying the same thing, where she, in her own words, she was spoiled with having all of the nuns around and kind of following Bishop Sanborn. But she did say it helped her a lot, and especially in her religious life, she just always felt kind of like that pull towards it. So, yeah, it does seem to help a lot, but obviously, either way can work. Obviously, with you, Brian, you didn't have all of them growing up, so, yeah. But it is interesting to see how that all works.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some of the differences between growing up in, like, a hub, kind of, like Queen of All Saints versus a mission like St. Hugh?
Definitely a lot smaller. A lot of people coming from long distances. I guess that's the same. But I might need a little.
I noticed because I came from a much larger congregation compared to St. Hugh, and I have to say when we moved up to Milwaukee, that switch for me, it was a huge difference between Queen of All Saints and then St. Hugh, mainly. First off, a priest isn't always around, so that scared me to death. So that's a luxury I always had and had never been without, so that's definitely the first thing I would think of. Second, the parishioners, it's incredible how much they do up there in those little, what do you call them, hubs, those little hubs of missions. They do a lot, and it's pretty neat to see how everybody works together to keep it going, because like you don't have the sisters around, you don't have the priests around to run everything 24/7, so it's all up to the parishioners. So
Yeah, it's amazing how much the parishioners do at the small churches. It's really amazing. So many of them are very talented, and I love seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember when we did live down in Florida, that was kind of like, I mean, not just like a big culture shock sort of thing, but even going to the church. I remember the first time we were down there was for your wedding, actually, and uh, my brothers and I we were just wandering around the church for a while, like, whoa, they have this. Yeah.
Oh, it's like a cathedral when you when you go there. It's
Right.
amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
now it is that big. I mean, it wasn't like that at first, obviously. We were pretty crunched in that little one of Barnett.
Yeah.
But now it's pretty incredible.
Well, yeah. Now I think they can seat over 300 people pretty easily.
I know.
And it's you don't get that in Milwaukee. It's right around 100, I would say.
You have to get
So-
to church at least 10 to 15 minutes early if you're going to get a decent seat.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And I would say one good difference too is, they almost always have two priests in the confessional throughout the entire mass down here. So the confessional line, they're able to get through, if I were to guess, at least 50 people every week. That's pretty amazing.
Yes.
And you have that almost every week. So
Oh, okay.
that's extremely helpful, I would say.
Okay, the third thing I noticed real quick. So I remember up in St. Hugh's going to confession. That was a big difference because usually when I had gone to confession, it was during church because they had the priest doing it during Mass. So we always had like the choir in the background or all this noise. So, I mean, yeah, I whispered, but not that quietly.
No, it's
But like at St. Hugh, we're all in line to go to confession, and it's so quiet.
yeah,
The first time I went to confession, my voice was like shaking
yeah.
because I felt like everybody could hear me.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, that is another big difference too. Well, plus, down in Florida, they'll have the little like air conditioning going on in the confessional.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
So it does help block out more of the sound.
Oh, that was. I got a quick story on that. I was in a couple weeks ago, and I don't think Father Ingham realized, but he had the wrong vent on. So when when he switched over to me, he had the vent on, and then it was vice versa. Like right before that, I could hear him replying initially to the person that he was talking to, and I was constantly like trying to like cough or like cover my ears so I didn't hear anything.
And
It was really weird.
Yeah, I remember having to do that a lot at St. Hugh's. Like, I felt like I had to really try, especially when you're the next person in and waiting.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really think about that more
Mm-hmm.
because obviously there's not a second priest doing confessions during church, so you have to take into consideration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely want to take advantage of the weekend masses if you can up in the small parish, so you can go to confession because it's there's not as many people there, so it's easier to get in. So,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember when we came back from Florida, I never really thought about it until after I had the Florida experience with the confessional. And I was like, oh, well, for the first mass at least, we have like the rosary going on behind. And I was like, oh, well, maybe that'll help. That didn't help because as I kept getting closer, I could actually hear some of the times. And I'm like, no, I can't have that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like it helps a little bit, but not when you're like right there just reading. But,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
I would even add to that one difference. I mean, I served for over 20 years of my life, and I did it all up in Milwaukee. I definitely feel, and especially now that I have kids, I'm not able to really serve much down here anymore. And there's really no need because they have a lot more servers down here too. But it just feels so much less involved almost down here. It's almost like, yeah, I definitely felt like I had more to do up there because I had to like know the rubrics and get to mass 15 minutes early and just make sure everything was ready for the priest, all that kind of stuff. So,
you also were teaching new servers, is that correct?
yeah, Yeah, I was doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I taught your brother Seamus.
Yeah, that's what I
Wasn't
was
it?
thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I always liked doing that. It was always a little weird. I think I even started teaching some men who were older than me when I was like, I want to say 12 or 13, which was a little weird for me.
Wow.
Yeah, but
You must have been good at it.
yeah, well, I had a good teacher. My brother Andrew taught me, and he was pretty hard on me, but he ingrained it all in my head very well.
Yeah.
And no, but I do remember the first time I served by myself was for Bishop Dolan, and I just totally butchered the whole mass.
Wow.
It was.
Yeah.
I apologized to him afterwards. I think I was 7 or 8 years old. He was, of course, he was very understanding. But no, those are from there. It just got better. So
That's good.
yeah.
I was a little bit relieved, honestly, for that reason, moving down here, because we never sat together during church. And we either had to be there early or we had to stay late because he was teaching somebody. And it was fine in the beginning, but then we were expecting, and that was a really difficult pregnancy, so it was difficult. It would have been nice if we can go to church together and sit together.
Yeah.
I started to get a little salty about the situation after a while. I'm like, you don't need to serve every time. But again, there weren't many servers up there. And then down here, there's more to go around. So usually by the time you're graduated, you're not serving anymore down here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Yeah. But that is true. There is a lot more to do up here because even our sacristan, we just found this out. Our sacristan is having surgery Holy Thursday, and she won't be here the rest of Holy Week. So, yeah.
Is it Dahlia?
It is Dahlia. Yes.
Is she okay?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay,
I don't know exactly what she's having surgery on, but yeah. So the servers are now taking care of that.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. So. Yeah, they're going to be learning how to do that this week.
Good.
But,
that's good.
Wow.
Good for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to let me know how she's doing. I hope she's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So now we're wondering, what was it like growing up in big families? And do you have any relatives in the seminary or convent?
Growing up in a big family, I would say you get a lot of tough love. I do have to say the second half of our very large litter definitely get a little bit more soft treatment than the first half. I noticed my younger siblings, like, I don't know, like getting a little bit more sympathy, a little bit more compassion. I'm over there sitting next to mom, like, what? Why? Like, you never did this for me. But at the same time, when I was younger, Lizzie, Philip, I mean, she was pregnant all the time and very, very sick. So we were forced to step up. And I'm very thankful for it. I learned a whole lot. So I think it's going to help with raising my own kids. I do remember playing every single evening after dinner outside. I had enough siblings to get a whole soccer game going on in our backyard.
That is so fun.
Yeah, we would play like for as long as we can before mom told us we had to go in for homework, and she always felt so bad about it. She said, she's like, I love seeing you guys all play out there and not fighting. Then I have to call you guys in to do your homework. Yeah, it's also very true when they say, oh, like, if for my brother, for instance, I can like hate on him as much as I want, but nobody else can. You really do get protective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do have 2 sisters in the convent right now. My the older one, she's received everything except for
She did. I think she did.
Did she
get her
everything?
Final, she got her final.
She did get her final vows, and then my sister Bernadette. She's I'm so bad at like
She's in her
names.
Yeah,
So she's in the novitiate right now,
Right.
and she's receiving the next step. I think they do it July 2nd, but I'm not 100% sure. But she's receiving the next step, which we're also excited about because the novitiate is the hardest. Visiting is very limited. But she'll be able to visit at home now. She'll be able to come here and see our house for the first time, which will be nice. And then my brother Thomas, who's in the seminary right now, he just received his last of her minor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's moving fast. I mean, for me it feels really fast. I'm sure for him it's going really slow, but
Yeah.
it's flying by.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember when he first went into the seminary, like that kind of feels like it was just recently, but I guess it's been a lot longer than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has been there for a while.
That's crazy.
No, there'll be a subdeacon next year, so yeah, pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I would kind of go off of what Ants. There's definitely some tough love involved there. It definitely is good. It teaches, it humbles you a lot, I would say, in many ways. So especially being the youngest of seven, you know, I got picked on a lot by my older siblings. So let's just say, but I had a really good relationship with with all of them too. So no, it was good. I remember I did a lot with my brothers growing up. My youngest sister Laura she and I used to fight a lot, and then one day we became best friends. It was, yeah, it was good. As far as being in the seminary, or convent, none of my siblings were. I was in the seminary for about 6 months when I was 19, but that was it. So I don't know.
What made you leave the seminary?
What made me leave? Well, for one, it was very hard. But no, it was. I would say for me, it was the hardest was the academics, and I know Bishop Sanborn says that's the number one reason that people leave. Was because of that. And I remember sitting up at night sometimes, just thinking like, I just don't want to become a priest. I remember having those thoughts, and every week you talk to your spiritual director, which was Bishop Selway for me. You just see how you're doing, and I think he kind of knew a couple months. He knew about 2 months before I left. He was actually kind of shocked I made it through exams, and he said that there's some divine providence that went on there. Yeah, I just kind of realized it wasn't for me. I'm glad I tried it. I hope our kids try it at least, if it's God's will, or even if it isn't, it's a very good experience.
Yeah.
I would say it definitely it breaks you into how difficult like studying is too. Because when I went from there to like just a regular community college after I left there, and I thought that was the easiest thing in the world after being in the seminary. Like I ended up having like a 4.0 because it was the comparison was. It just was. You couldn't even compare it. Honestly, it's a lot of work in the seminary.
Wow.
And to see what they sacrificed it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So
that is really crazy.
There's so many like subjects of religion, I guess, that they go through. I mean, like canon law, moral theology. There's take like 4 years of moral theology. I think it's 3 years of philosophy or 2 years of philosophy. And those really are abstract. They're very difficult, and you gotta learn to sing Gregorian chant. You need to be like fluent in Latin. There's so much that they do. It's amazing. So yeah.
You know, I've never heard you sing before.
Yeah, I don't think you want to tell the truth.
Is that something you failed at, or?
No, I was very quiet about it. And actually, after exams, when we came back, Bishop Sanborn told Father Disposito, he said that he needed to hear everybody's voice. So we all had individual practices. It was in front of all the seminarians, but each of us had to go up. And yeah, I was very shy about it.
That makes sense.
But I was told I did reach the correct note at one point. So
That's a good thing.
yeah, it just clearly wasn't for me. So
Yeah. Well, Aaron, I know you sing, and you sing very beautifully. I mean, maybe you
Yeah.
could give Brian some lessons.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
I would say I definitely had something going for me when I was like elementary school. But I don't know, something changed when I got into high school where honestly I think I started to lose it a little bit.
okay.
I started to lose, well, self-confidence is really hard when you're a teenager, when you're in high school. So I would say that was my number one problem. But when I was in elementary school, I had a lot more confidence, and I feel like my voice was just almost more mature than when I was older. If that makes sense. I remember enjoying singing a lot when I was younger, but then when I was in high school, I hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have very long practices.
That is true.
It's,
The music, I had a hard time with keeping up with my practicing because you try to balance everything with your homework and then your music and then trying to help around the house and all the younger siblings and my mom being sick all the time. It was pretty impossible to balance everything perfectly. There was always something lacking, and that was honestly probably another reason why I just kind of fell through with it in high school. I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, that's a lot to deal with.
Right now, the most I do is sing the kids to bed sometimes. I'll sing them. The number one song I just kind of naturally went to was Silent Night. All through the year, it doesn't matter if it's spring or Christmas or summer, I'm singing Silent Night every night for them.
Good thing it's always summer in Florida, so it never feels like Christmas down here. So. No. Yeah, and that's as far as singing it. I usually just pull up YouTube and play Gregorian chant for the kids. So it sounds much better than me singing. So.
Yeah. Well, that's very good advice, and I'm sure a lot of the boys who are looking to become priests or thinking about seminary would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And just knowing that, I had no idea that it was harder than community college. I mean, I know most colleges nowadays aren't exactly great, but I mean that is mind blowing to me.
Oh yeah, I mean if you think about it, I mean some people are in school to become a doctor for 8 to 10 years, and that's pretty hard. I'm sure. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I mean to become a priest, it's about 7 years. So you have that to compare to. So
Yeah.
it's pretty difficult. You can almost, I mean, in a way, I would say it's like a doctorate of some sort, or at least
True.
a master's degree.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Okay. Now we're wondering, how did you two meet? This will be an interesting question.
Well, he ended up visiting because he had really bad, you call it in the winter, cabin fever.
Yeah.
He had to get out. So he came to Florida to visit, and he knew the Selways because the connection between Bishop McGuire was the priest up there, and then he's really, really good friends with Bishop Selway. So
yeah.
He came to visit, and it so happened to be around the same time that one of my aunts, Sarah, and then Pat Shaver, they were having their engagement party. So he went to that, and we saw each other, but we both refused to say hi because we were both like in the same phase in life. We were both like, okay, no more dating. We're sick of it. We have to take care of ourselves. And yeah, pretty much physically, mentally, spiritually, like we were not interested. We didn't say hi at all. There were a few like awkward glances here and there from across the room. And I remember actually my Grammy and then Monica Selway sitting next to her. And Monica's like, what about those two? Like, you think we should introduce them? And Grammy's like, no, they're both way too quiet. What would they talk about? So, but then the next day, there was a young adult volleyball game. And I showed up, didn't make any effort whatsoever. I didn't think he would be there. It's usually just all, like, my high school friends and stuff.
Right.
So no effort whatsoever put in. I think I had a little bit of paint in my hair. I was wearing a striped blue Donald Duck shirt with paint all over it. I was a mess. But I did play very, very well. So I think that's how I roped him in. Because he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't been down there for about 5 years, and I was just going around to everybody, just trying to remember who everyone was. And I could not remember her. I really couldn't. I know, she actually added me on Facebook like 3 months prior, and I was like, "Who the heck is Anne Marie Holm?" Yeah. But no, and then yeah, I remember talking to her, and then yeah, when we left, I called Monica. Monica was always the intermediary, I guess you could call her. Yeah, between us, and I asked her if Anne was available, and she said yes. So, and what did we?
Yeah,
we went to, I think we went to Pat Shavers
for a bonfire after the volleyball.
Yeah.
So
I think we talked for 3 hours, and everybody was blown away that we even found something to talk about for 3 hours. So,
the bonfire, so I finally decided to put in an effort.
Yeah.
It definitely came very natural. So
yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
I even remember in high school. I was in high school when he was in the seminary, and I remember seeing him. He was known as the strong seminary, the one that could really fight, and the one that had like sapphire eyes. That's how the girls would all like communicate with the seminarians. Oh, that one's the strong one. That one's got this. And this one. It's all like physical traits. So. I remember seeing him a few times in the seminary, and all the girls would always just kind of laugh. It's like, oh, well, if that one left, he would be a really good candidate.
Yeah.
It's been funny. I never really considered it ever. And then he even visited for what was it? I think it was Bishop Selway's consecration as a bishop.
Oh, okay.
He visited for that. And I was serving food. And at the time, my confidence was really, really bad. I was like, really bad acne, really, really bad acne. I was exhausted and grumpy because I had been in choir practices like for the last 3 days, 24/7. And then I'm having to serve, and I'm going to have to help with the cleanup. So definitely wasn't in the mood for talking to anybody.
Hey, I mean, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, get away from me, all people. Yeah.
But we met each other at the perfect time. God was like, okay, now she's ready. After she said she doesn't want to do it anymore, now I'm going to put the right person in front of her.
Yeah, it is funny how that works. Like, yeah, you think you're done, and all of a sudden, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you always know your vocation?
No, I would say I knew it for sure after I went. So we did a vocation week. The mother house at the time was in Arizona. So when I was in 10th grade, me and my friend Mary Beth, who is now in the convent with my sister, actually, they're both like in the same. They both went in at the same time. And all of that. So we went together to Arizona. We were both so excited. At first, I wasn't really planning on going, but what I was saying before about being around the religious, around the sisters, we used to do like bi-weekly volleyball and bonfire nights with the sisters, and we look forward to that so much. And it's just one night, it was like this wave, I would just say at the time, of inspiration or emotions hit me, and I'm like, I love being around the sisters so much, and I just feel so refreshed after spending time with them. And then I'm like, I'm going to go to that vocation week because I truly believe this is my vocation and I want to be one of them because I want to be around them all the time. But within 24 hours of being on the in the vocation week, I'm like, no, this isn't for me at all.
It's completely different than I thought.
Miserable. It's because it wasn't my vocation. So there were a few girls there that actually are in the carpet now, but it's just I find it kind of funny that I went to tell moms like, Mom, I want to be a nun and I want to go to that vocation week. So she spends all this money on flying me over there and getting me all the supplies, and then within just a few hours, I'm like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But I definitely think that was a blessing finding out just that quickly because I know so many girls, even after going to one of those weeks with the sisters, still are unsure. I'm like, I couldn't imagine like graduating and not yet being sure what you want to do. That would be really difficult. So I was very lucky with that. Everything was very black and white with me.
It's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely did not always know my vocation. I would say right around 7th or 8th grade, I was homeschooled during those years. I did a lot of religion with my mom, and it really started to take to me. We would go to mass usually every Thursday during the week, and just as like an extra mass. It was Father McGuire was our parish priest at the time. And I was serving a lot, and I just always liked being that close to the altar. I mean, I think I listened to your podcast with Father Larrabee, and he spoke very highly of serving. I mean, a lot of priests do. It's just being that close to the altar. It was really cool. It definitely started to increase throughout those years, and I remember talking to I'll just call him Bishop McGuire because he's Bishop McGuire now. But and I just remember telling him that I was starting to think about it. And he was really happy to hear that. And then, but I was only like 13, so I ended up actually going to a public school for high school, and then from there it just kind of went. It was like a roller coaster. It would come and it would go throughout the years, and I never. I think by the time I left, I wasn't really even thinking about it anymore. But then, if I remember right, when I was 18, I was just working just a regular job, and then it started to come back again. And then I was talking to Bishop McGuire, and he said, and I believe Father Cicada as well, and they both were just saying, like, you just got to do it. If you're unsure, just do it. I was kind of resistant at first, and I really just was like, just didn't want to do it. I'd never been on my own before, that whole thing. But it was funny too because I remember my brother Jeff being really excited for me. He's like, finally, you're gonna learn some independence. He's just
the youngest of the family going out.
Yeah. And no, he knew I needed it. He was definitely right. But yeah, and then. Yeah, the first month was rough. Like, you definitely deal with a lot of homesickness. Very common for anybody in that life. But it helped too because I always saw familiar faces. Like Father Cicada came down once a month, just to teach us, and he always talked to us, and we always look forward to that because he was such a good priest, and he was almost like a friend at the same time. And he just told me to tough it out. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it did get easier for the next couple of months. And I really liked the whole spiritual side of it and how secluded you were from the world. I mean, you definitely gain a lot of virtue just by living that life every day. I mean, and your prayer life gets really good too. So, I mean, I read a lot of books while I was there too. I read one on the sacrifice of the mass, and I went through it was probably a 300-page book, just went through every part of the mass, and it was really interesting. It just So,
Mhm.
but then, yeah, just eventually realized I didn't want to do it. So, and
Yeah.
then once I left, I told Bishop Selway that I was like, I think I need to be married. So, yeah, I think it was either that or single. I didn't think I'd be single.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be working out really well for you guys right now. So, I mean, I think that was a good option.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I know for myself, I'm kind of like in a, I don't know, kind of phase where I'm still trying to figure some stuff out. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I thought I always kind of knew what I wanted to do, but then all of a sudden it kind of just like hit where I realized, oh yeah, I'm graduating next year, and I'm like, shoot, I don't really know.
Are you a senior this year or next year?
Oh, next year I will be. So yeah, I'm in 11th grade this year.
Wow.
No,
Are you,
that's how I feel.
do you do you have an interest in like combat right now, or are you not sure?
um,
You may have just said that. I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. I don't know. I've been thinking about it, but I'm not entirely sure yet because I'm still. I feel like part of it I'm still a little resistant because I feel like I have somewhat of an attachment to the world still, where it's like I don't really want to leave it, but I feel like it'd be best if I did because that's the whole goal is to
Right.
become detached from it.
What about you, Julianne? Are you interested in combat?
I feel like everything that Gianna said applies to myself also.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And living as a non it doesn't necessarily mean that you would be holier. It's just a different lifestyle, and it just some of them work for some people. So yeah, we'll just have to keep praying, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
How is married life?
Personally, for us, because for everybody, it's different. It's difficult in the way that we don't have any time for each other.
Uh-huh.
So, as a parent life, it's very straightforward. It's hard, but very rewarding, and it's um, I don't know. I think pretty sure you're supposed to put the happiness of your spouse first, but it's really hard to do that. It's so easy to become 100% blinded by what the kids need 24/7. I mean, they're very demanding. I mean, we have three toddlers, and in beginning of when is this baby due? October. We're gonna have a 3, a 2, a 1, and a newborn. So I would just say it's really hard finding time for each other. Sometimes it feels like we're more roommates than we are
Oh, yeah.
married partners. It's also, you can't go and vent to your kids, right? They're too
Right.
little. And they sure are frustrating sometimes. And I don't see anybody besides the kids, like, for an entire week. So we go through these patches where I need to unload and everything, but then Brian's out, dealing with people out in the world 24/7, so he comes home and he needs to unload, but we're both at zero, right? So you can't unload to a person who's got zero and nothing left to give, right? So it's really hard to like rejuvenate, to re-energize yourself for the next day. You don't want to go into the next day at zero. So you need to take care of yourself, but you also need to take care of your partner. So I would say right now, times are our enemy.
Yeah.
But other than that, if we find a way to work through all that, and we get that time, even if it's like 10 minutes in the evening, it makes a huge difference.
Gets you ready for the next day a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. More of that downtime, just hanging out, having fun, not worrying about anything.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much second to everything she said. It's definitely a challenge. Yeah.
Yes.
There's never a shortage of something to do too. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Between having a house, job, kids, wife. There's a lot to do, and yeah.
It's hard not to see each other as just another to do on the to do list.
Yeah.
Sometimes you like. Sometimes I would be like, "Oh, finally, sit down for 5 minutes."
Yeah.
And then I'd see Brian pull up. I'm like, "Oh, I need to do dinner now." Shoot.
Yeah.
He walks in. He asks me like how my day was, and I just want to put a bullet through his head. I'm like, what kind of question is that? I'm with 3 toddlers all day long.
It's,
But it's but he's just trying to, he's just trying to be nice and
Yeah.
I usually don't even ask that question anymore.
at this point we know it's a pointless question. How was your day?
Yeah.
Same old.
It was tough. No, but I think one good thing that you always say is just that we're giving our kids a bunch of close friends someday. So like when they get older, they're gonna be very close in age. They should hopefully have good friendships.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. Yeah.
My mom I called her really upset during my pregnancy with Bridget. She's going to be 1 June 4th. Really upset. Just I was having a lot of like mom guilt. Like I don't do enough with the kids. They have too much screen time, and I need to be putting more time into it. And mom's like, you need to take care of yourself. You need to do what you need to do because you are giving them another person. Like right now, you are giving them another playmate, and that's something nobody else can give. That's like the biggest blessing you can do for your kids. So don't ever feel like you're not doing enough. And I know some people may have a bit more like tendency towards like laziness or whatever, depending on your temperaments, idleness, if you're more phlegmatic or whatever. She's like, but I know you, Amory, you are definitely not phlegmatic, and in a way I'm a bit too over the top. Brian's always telling me just to chill a little bit. It's like, you don't need to do that. Like, I can do it for you when I get home. But I'm more the type of person who's like, why do tomorrow what I can get done today? But then I get it all done today, and then he gets home and I'm a wreck because I'm so burnt out. So again, it's just balancing everything. I'm like, it's okay. I have an entire week to get all these things done. I don't have to kill myself now.
It seems like there's a lot of sacrifices in a married life, but still worth it.
Oh yeah, depending on what state in life you have, they're completely. The crosses are completely different. You know, you go into marriage. I mean, I did. I mean, so naive. You know, knight in shining armor. You're just going to be happy all the time. I had no idea what I was walking into, and thank goodness I didn't, because I don't know if I would have done it if I had known how hard it was going to be. But it is very rewarding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's sacrifices in all of the vocations, but you can't just escape it. But this is Earth.
We're here to suffer, so no matter what you're doing, it's not going to be easy. And if it is easy, there's a problem, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very true.
Saint Ignatius of Loyola, I believe, said that when he started his order that he thought it was displeasing the guy because everything was going too well.
Yeah.
So he was expecting all difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely haven't had a shortage on difficulties the last few years, so I don't think God has forgotten about us, which is good.
That is very good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was just listening to a sermon. I don't remember what exactly it was about, but there was this one thing that really stuck out to me in there, where it was when you're looking at vocations, you shouldn't look at all the suffering that would be involved in it. You should really just look at the good parts about it, because I think it was a sermon given on the Annunciation. So it was talking about how Mary went into it like, oh, well, this is for the world, this is the great redemptive work, and I really want to do it because of that. But she knew she would have to suffer a lot. So, and for me, that really helped because I am very pessimistic, just naturally. So it does help me to like, okay, no, I really should think about the good parts about this because otherwise I'm not going to do it.
Right. So. Yeah. Almost looking at the end games, like each vocation, you're just taking a different route to get to the same place. So.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, all right. Now, I apologize. I was not able to word this very clearly. I'm not very good at wording things. Okay. How was life? How was married life to start off with like not much, money, and then how did you make that work?
Well, I would say we have a lot of people to be thankful for. We definitely couldn't have done it on our own. I would say first off, we got our first house from his brother Andrew. He gave it to us. It was like a flip home. He was in the middle of flipping it, and then he sold it to Brian for a very, very good price, and then he worked on it. Definitely was difficult first year of marriage. I don't think we ever got a honeymoon phase in marriage. I honestly think we missed out on that 100% because Brian got sick on our honeymoon, very sick. And then we drove up to Milwaukee and it was just straight to work 24/7 between his job and working on the house.
Yeah.
So.
But my dad was another person to thank because he taught me a lot of things that I'd never done before. Yeah. And he sacrificed a lot of his time to help us with the house. So
that saved us so much money because we would have had to do like apartment type thing, and that would have set us back so much. We wouldn't have been able to move to Florida.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to come back here as soon as we did if we didn't have a house, Let's see, we have my parents to thank as well because they gave Brian a job when we moved down here. Garage living is what my dad does. So it's a start-off company, small, so it's hard, just kind of picking up his feet, trying to make money, but they're really starting to do well now. I think at a few points in time, I got frustrated because he was always working, and I was very, very sick, and sometimes I wish we were in a very clean, perfect little apartment, but in the end, it wouldn't have gotten us to a very good place. We wouldn't have been able to move here again. We wouldn't have been able to get a house here. So, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Like, I mean, obviously, that sounds really difficult, but it all seemed to work out in your favor.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their story too. In the first couple of years of marriage, everyone will tell you it's very difficult when you're starting out.
It's really, really hard, but
you're not alone.
I like to think we're in a very good place considering everything that has gone down. We I don't know, it would be really hard right now if we didn't have the house flipping to depend on, because when we moved into this house, it was just like falling apart in front of our eyes every day. We had to replace the AC. We had to get a water softener because the water was so bad. And then our transmission went out in our car, so all our savings just went kaput right after we moved to this house. So thank goodness for the house flipping, because else he would, I don't know, probably die of a stroke in 2 years.
I would just have another job. But no, that's true. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the movie Up, like in the beginning, where Carl and Ellie just like keep breaking the jar because replacing everything.
There's always something.
No, when we found out we were having our third, I remember I did like a quick meeting with Bishop Selway at the church. I told him, and he kind of sort of giggled, and he's just like, more stressed, and I just kind of I just laughed. That's not gonna stop. And then I told him about the fourth one. He kind of just looked at me. I think he could see a little bit of anxiousness in my face. He just told me, he's like, you take care of God, he'll take care of you. Just like, you are correct, sir. Or you're excellent.
I read something really cool actually. It was something about this guy stressing a whole bunch and then asking God for help, and then God told him or replied, "Well, then stop doing my job because it's not your job to worry."
Right.
That is very good. Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
I should put that on my. I should put that in my car. Something, I don't know.
Yeah. Good little side note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, in case you didn't know, I'm a melancholy. So
We could not
Very
tell,
much.
Brian. We couldn't.
yeah, I have no idea. I always tell people I'm saying. And shockingly, they don't believe me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next question that we have for you is pineapple pizza, yes or no?
Oh.
That's really light compared to what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Pineapple pizza or no? Oh, so much controversy. You're putting us on the spot.
Oh, that's an easy one for me. I would have to say no.
Really?
I'm sure
Why?
Father kind of will scoff at that, I'm sure. No, it's just, I love pineapple, but I just don't think they go together, to tell you the truth. I really don't.
Pineapple pizza.
Especially one, I don't think I like hot pineapple either on top of that. I mean, granted, you can make a cold pizza, but it's just,
The hot pineapple.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm too like either or. Like I will eat a pineapple pizza and I will still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Pineapple? Yeah, yes or no?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Pineapple and pizza is meant to go together.
Yeah. You look very happy when you say that. So I can tell.
Are you hungry? It looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, probably. It's around dinner time for you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say yes. We've had so much controversy when we ask that question. Well,
No.
Father McKenna was a straight, like, no. That was a hard no. He had so much to go on for that.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he said yes. I'm sorry. I missed
No,
it.
he hates
I got that
pineapple
mixed up.
pizza.
Got it.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and then we've been getting a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should interview Bishop Sanborn." And then I remember, yeah, it was actually Father McKenna. He was like, "Oh, you should interview Bishop Sanborn," and he was like, "Oh, just one quick thing: don't ask him whether he likes pineapple on pizza or not. He will not have a good answer for you."
Wow.
All right, so that was our uplifting question, and now this is our final question we have for you guys. What is some advice you would give to teenagers?
Oh boy, that's a hard one.
Yeah. Through.
If I were talking to myself,
Let's say stay close to your family and the rosary in particular.
I would say
Those are two key things right there, I would say.
family, the daily rosary. I would say don't care so much about what everybody thinks.
Especially
Like
the
be
world.
24/7. I remember as a teenager, I felt like everybody was watching me every second,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to crawl in my little hole. But just yeah, don't feel like you need to go find different friends. Don't feel like you need to detach yourself to be independent because the closest people that are actually going to stick around and be your best friends are your family.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I was blessed with a very large family, so there's definitely no shortage of friends on my side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of teenagers have this rebellious phase where they feel like they need to go off on their own, that they think that once you graduate, that's what you're supposed to do. and you find your own friends, and that's out in the world, and then it's just all downhill from there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah. 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 And especially after you graduate, if you're not meant to join the seminary, anything like that, if you can, I would highly recommend staying at home for a couple of years
Yeah.
until you get yourself financially independent, and then because there's a lot that you have to. There's a lot of work that goes into being on your own, and
yeah,
yeah, in your early 20s and everything, yeah, if you fall on your face, you can always come back, sure, but it's better to wait if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say my biggest regrets as a teenager, I just remember twice, only twice. One was really bad, the other one wasn't too bad, but I snapped at my mom, and I remember my dad got so mad. Like, I'd never seen my dad get so mad at me before. I have seen him at my brother's, but never at me.
Yeah.
And I would say, just as a teenager, just be respectful all the time, because I still remember those two instances to this day, and it's always a matter of regret. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you were, especially when you become a parent yourself, you understand the pressure. Yeah.
I would even add to that as well with I don't know if it's pretty common, but the Pieta Prairie book, it's a little blue booklet, probably 50, 60 pages. There's a lot of really.
Yes.
Dude, you're familiar?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really good prayers in there. I still have a lot of those memorized. There's one in there to Saint Joseph, and there's the Saint Bridget prayers in there too. That one takes a lot of self discipline. I still have never done that, but but there's a lot of really good ones in there. There's like spiritual communion. There's just a bunch of things in there.
Yeah, I was flipping through that one day and I was amazed
Yeah.
of all the things that are in there. I'm like, whoa.
There's one in there where it's very short. You can say to Mary every day. It's supposed to help you overcome temptations throughout the day. You can say it in the morning and at night. So, yeah, there's a lot of good things in there.
Let's say, like, stay active as a teenager.
Yeah.
And please don't be idle.
No, it's yeah.
Keep yourself busy at all times. You have the energy to do it. You won't always have that energy. It'll be much more difficult down the road. So now's the time to take care of yourself and get yourself to where you need to be.
That's very good advice. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up this interview. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And do you have anything else to add before we let you go?
No, I don't think so. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.